Good morning, YouTubers. So today I would like you to watch my video about the HHO production from a 10 watt 20 volt solar panel and a car battery. So here's my setup. This is my water solution. It's a little bit dirty since I'm using this since the other day. I'm trying to experiment about HHO. So this is my multimeter set to 10 ampere since I would like to see if how many ampere will be this setup. So my original rods are these two. This is the original, and the second is this aluminum angular. So two angulars. Then we will try if you can see bubbles here. This one are stainless steel, a little bit corroded since I'm using this one. So let's start with the 10 watts. So using this original rods, let's insert it to the solution. Then let's connect the positive. Let's connect first this one, the negative from the solar, 10 watt solar. So let's connect here, and then the other end, the positive, will be in the positive of our multimeter, and the other end of the multimeter will be connected directly to the rod. So here, so as you can see, there are bubbles. Is bubbling. So there, as I connect this terminal, and the bubbles goes up. See, the rods produce bubbles, and the amperage is 0.55 amp, 20 volts. So there is the bubbles. Okay. From this angle, then there you can see the bubbles there. So this terminal and the bubbles, see, bubbles are produced when I connect the terminals. See, so now let's go to the next part, using the larger battery. So disconnect this from the solar and connect the positive to the positive of the battery and the negative to the negative of the battery. This one. So this is the negative. So here, negative down to the wire, to the block, and to the rod. So now the positive. So this one, the positive from the battery to the probe of the multi-tester to the other end, the black end. Okay, the black end of the probe to the terminal. So the 12-volt battery will now connected. So you can see the bubbles. It's more violent and it's getting hot. So let's watch the multi-tester. The amperage is 3.5. So 3.5 amperes with a bigger battery in this setup, and it's producing lots of bubbles. So disconnected, no bubbles. Connected, bubbles. Disconnect, bubbles. Okay, disconnect, connect, disconnect, connect. Okay, bubbles. A lot of bubbles. A lot of bubbles, but higher amperage, 3.44. The next setup will be the aluminum. Aluminum angular is closer space from each other. So let's remove this connection of our battery, then remove the cap, then let's use this one. Okay, aluminum. Insert the aluminum. Okay, there. It's being inserted. No current yet. No bubbles yet. So since we hook first the battery, so let's hook again the battery. So this is the negative of the battery. Hook to this side of this side. So this will be the negative terminal, the other one, and the probe of the tester will be the positive terminal, goes here in the front. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So here's the result. It's quite hot and it's quite violent. So I will do this quick. I'll connect this terminal and let's see the amperage. Okay. So it's 6.8. A lot higher. Connect, and as you can see, goes up to 5 or 6. It's very hot. It's running hot and it's quite producing a lot of bubbles. Since it is bigger battery, more bubbles and higher amperage up to 6 amps. So let's move to the solar. So since it is 10 watts, so Probably it will only reach for 55 amps, or should I say 0.55 amps. So here is the negative, here's the positive of the probe to the positive of the solar. There, so this is the positive from the solar to the probe, and this is the negative directly connected to the angular, and then the negative part of the probe will be here in the other plate of the aluminum. So aluminum plates are quite non-conductive, so it's non-conductive, and I don't know what's wrong here, but it's not quite conducting any electricity. So that's the problem of the aluminum. Sometimes it's not conducting at all. I don't know why. Maybe I'll just direct this one. I will no longer see the amperage. I will just connect it directly. So there. So still producing bubbles in a smaller amount. So aluminum still produce bubbles in smaller amounts. So maybe that's the drawback of this setup. It's quite hard to connect, but still it produces bubbles. Not that much, since I'm using the 10 watt panel. Okay, so that's the update.